Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the stream. I hope everyone is having a fantastic and wonderful Tuesday and or Wednesday. Today has been a very interesting day, and to anybody who watches the VODs on YouTube, I'm afraid yesterday's VOD has gone kaboom and is no longer available. Due to a very stupid hedgehog, who wasn't paying attention when he was clicking things in StreamerBot. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We didn't do a great deal last episode, did we? We did power and stuff. So yeah. Wanderer, hello, good evening. I hope your day is as warm as I am visible. Nay, hello, good evening. Hope you're also having a good day. Emble, hello. Shadow and Tag, hello. You are all here and wonderful. I had to scroll all the way back up the chat system to find that because
hello there.
StreamerBot was telling me over and over and over that yesterday's broadcast was complete. Like every 30 seconds it was telling me it was complete, just over and over and over. Even when I started this stream, it kept telling me yesterday's stream was complete, over and over and over. So yeah, so I told StreamerBot to remove the VOD from its to remove the VOD. What I thought was remove the VOD from its listing. No, StreamerBot can remove the VOD completely from YouTube, which is what it's done. Yeah, I don't know if it's on Twitch. It may still be on Twitch. I don't know how long the stuff lasts on Twitch, so we'll see. Yeah, -2 degrees is not warm. Well, hopefully your computer warms up everything soon, because they're very good. They're very good space heaters, computers. Very good space heaters indeed. Misery catch up pay STHedgehog run 21 gigawatts. No. A gigawatt is 1,000 megawatts. We're nowhere near that. We yeah, no. 0.21 gigawatts. We're there. But we found out that I need more oil, need more fuel, need more everything really. But we need more oil, and our oil system is just woefully inadequate. So that's what we're going to do today. Yeah. Got a big best loading in Foundry push. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. One for 21 gigawatts or gigawatts of power, whatever it is. Right. Let's go over to the game where I am stuck in a room that just says oil needs rebuilding. Let's do that. Zoom. Look at that. Right. Okay. I also need to go bloop. There we go. Awesome. Okay. Might just have a little bit bigger. So, oil needs rebuilding. Yes, we need to do that. Because we do not have the fuel. Oops. We do not have the fuel to run these. And because we can't run these, we can't run this, and because we can't run this, we don't have the power. We don't have the power coming. However, this is backing up, which is good because that is actually designed for 2 of these, and we only have 1.5 of them. So yeah, I teleported. I did. I had to be over here, which made more sense. So we need to do that. So the idea is that we're going to go over here and clear this area over here, and we're going to put in an oil plant over here with ships that land, and yeah, that's the plan. So oh no, there's 2 of them. As our bridge didn't finish. Right, okay. So, let's pick this height. What's this height? This height is 133. let's see here. What's this is 132. That's good. That's 133. So we'd have to mine out a little bit if I chose to go put it at 133. Because we could start here. That would be the height we're at. We want access to water. We need access to water. Okay. And we also need access for spaceships to land. I think maybe over here. Squirrel! Squirrel! All the squirrels! All the squirrels! Dragon, hello, good evening. I hope you are having a good day. So the question is, what do we need here? What do we need here? Let's I am having a good day. I am.
Hello there.
Hello there. I cannot say I'm not having a good day. I am having a good day. It's always a good day when Foundry's involved. So, what do we need? What do we need? What do we need? Bots. Click on the bots. Go rolly down to here somewhere. So we need 40 plus 15 plus 30. So we need 68. Wow. I'm sure distillation is not spelled that way, but whatever. We need 68 distillation columns. And for the range, not a problem at all. Not a problem at all. I click on it. I see who's online, yeah. Yes, yeah, we finished all the research apart from the repeatable researches, which are obviously repeatable, so you can't finish them. So yeah. So 68 distillation columns. We need 40 low dense, split in two. We need 15 for polymer. And we need 13 for gas. Whoa. Okay. Can't tell Tiny AC is struggling. Oh, don't they wonder here? He was just saying it's -2 degrees. That's 30, 40. Oh, oh, yeah. It's 28 here at the moment, and that's high enough. Right, so Nah. Oh dear, oh dear. So I want 22 chemical processes doing fuel. Well, they're going to take so many heads before it becomes illegal. No, I'm sure there's some law somewhere. You know, you can't take that many clothes off. It's so hard to start taking other people's clothes off. Most of the actual low density goes to actually no, 59. 59. We'll take 15 and 8 away from it. Oh, and most of it goes to pistons. Okay. Right, okay. Right, so the other one I was looking at, so this is one pipe. Okay, low density Obi-Wan. .64, 42 and 22, that's 64. Okay, so they're one, and the others go to the hydraulic pistons, don't they? Yeah. Okay, so I need 36,000 pistons. Okay. So yeah. So Kevin, hello. Or Kevin, hello. Yes, this is called Planet. This is the Planet mod, which lets you plan your factory. That's what it does. It gives you numbers. It gives you numbers of what to do. So yes, it is. My wife argued, I start undressing, she suddenly has a headache and goes to bed. Oh, amazing. Yes, I would. Even if you're trying to sort of play vanilla and don't want to play the mods, I would recommend getting the Planet one because it just helps. It just helps with planning stuff. It doesn't change the game in any way. Anyway, you just literally. Well, let me go over here. Let me show you how this works. Hold on. So you start a new thing down here. The oil, new, click another one, and then you literally just add what you want to add. Pick your belts. Pick what technology you're at, and then pick what you want to create. So, yeah, so we want to do, for instance, where's Ignium fuel rods? I want to make 60 a minute of those. And that would tell me what I need to make 60 Ignium fuel rods. Gives you the entire breakdown. I have no idea with multiplayer. I don't know how mods work on multiplayer. I would assume everybody has to have the same mod, even though it's a client-side only mod. So I would assume everyone would have to have the same mod. The game is multiplayer, but I'm not playing multiplayer. I'm just playing solo. So Yeah, but I would assume everyone has to have the same mods, even though again this is just a client side thing. But yeah. Okay, so let's go to bots again. Hold on. So what oil do we need? No, this can be a completely multiplayer game. It's I don't know how many players it supports actually, but yes, it's multiplayer. So I want 24,000 fuel, 300 explosives. Let's go here. Let's add liquid fuel. I don't know. 500 liquid fuel, and let's add. No, that's cement. That's the wrong one. Explosives. Where are our explosives? Here. And how many explosives do we need? We need 300 explosives, and we want 1,200 hydraulic pistons. So 300 explosives, hydraulic pistons, 1,200. But there you go. Okay, so this is just the oil build that we need to do. I think this is everything for oil. Probably not. No, this is not everything for oil. This is nowhere near everything for oil. But it's everything for the low density oil. So yeah, 44.667. Let's get rid of that. Oh, no, hang on. Low density. Right, okay, so what's the difference here? Why has that gone up to 44? Doing low density on right. What have I done differently? You say we want 59. Okay. And you are saying we want 67,000. What am I doing differently here? Hold on. I know what I'm doing differently. Hold on. We'll get rid of that. There you go. We don't want the fuel. Yeah. So we're getting it switches bricked and already hacked. Let's switch to. I'm not surprised people are hacking this. I'm not surprised. Everyone does that sort of thing. And something, yeah, I did hear that there apparently, if you use, there's a cartridge type apparently, which is well known for doing bootleg games. Apparently they're bricking consoles. So. Okay, so this is what we need to build first. This is what we need to build for just doing the fuel, which is going to be for that. But I kind of want to expand this out to have spare fuel, because I don't know what's required for spaceship fuel canister. Not so bad. What I was trying, what I wouldn't mind looking at doing with this here, is trying to figure out maybe getting our own spaceship fuel. Look at kind of capping out these, because these are currently at 1.69 9 pipes. We could go to 2 pipes. Figure out what we need for 2 pipes. Let's go to 120. That's 1.75. That would be 42 distillation columns. That's a nice round number. 42. So instead of 40 for low density, we go to 42. Making 120 fuel per minute. I do not know how much fuel our ships use. And what is a fuel canister? What is... How much fuel does a fuel canister have in it? I have many questions about these things that I don't understand. Is your fuel canister? Max transfer rate setting is 4096 37 megabits. This one you need to take in your maximum upload speed and divide it by the number of players you want to connect to. Yeah. Or you can rent a dedicated server. From the main menu there's options to rent dedicated servers and things, but if you've only got sort of 4 people that want to play with you anyway, hosting it yourself should be fine. I think I'd be fine here. I think our upload's pretty good. So yeah. Ah yes, you enjoying June? I keep looking at that, and the only reason I haven't got it so far is because the end game's all PvP. So yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. $13,000 there. I don't know how much fuel I need. I don't know how much fuel. So there's 100 liters per canister, right? So if there's 100 liters per canister, and we need 4,500 thing, we need 45 canisters per minute. Quite enjoying it on a dedicated server. Yeah, that's the only way I was tempted to do it. I was tempted to grab the game and then run a private server, and just not worry about the things. So I want to play through the story and enjoy like the story and unlock things with that. But I just don't want to go to the deep desert and just get smashed by another player whilst I'm busy trying to get the spice or whatever. But what would I do if I capped out this to 2? Where can we go for 2? So let's go 240. Oh, damn it. Fuel canisters, 360. We're going to send a ping to the East Coast. I've played at some US servers before, I'm just not sure. I don't know. I'd have to tell myself away for Foundries first though, so it's going to be a while. By the time I get around to playing it, everyone else would have been bored of it by now, so we'll see how it goes. 400 is too much. No. 390 is exactly 2 pipes. Okie dokie, Drake. I will do that. It's something we're still playing through Elden Ring on Saturdays. I think when we finish that, I might go onto it and jump through and just play through like the story on it or something. But Unfortunately, I feel like the game was going to grab me and not let go. Kind of like what Conan did when I first started playing Conan. I loved that game. Absolutely loved that game. And couldn't stop playing it for weeks. And then just haven't played it for years. But Minecraft does that as well. Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, I played plenty of. I used to play Marvel Rivals on the US servers a lot of the time. Because of the times I play. Right, so if we did this, if we built this, this is the first thing we're going to build with the oil. Okay, that will be 2 pipes of oil coming in. Oof. Going for 48 distillation columns just to make low density olimite, and that will go off to make fuel for our power generators, explosives, the hydraulic pistons, and fuel for the ships. I can tweak the amount of fuel for the ships and the amount of fuel for ourselves if we need more power. We can adjust these numbers. But if I build this, so it's 24 distillation columns per pipe. I need to keep the pipe running all the time. Right, let's get rid of those. Put them back in again. So, low density olimite. 48 columns. Split 2 pipes. Okay. See what other things we need. So we would need. That's mining that. That's doing that. That's doing that. So we need some techum. We need some xenoferrite. We need some ignium as well. So we'd have to land ships for those. That's fine. Because we need to run the xenoferrites. We have to get xenoferrite plates. Xenoferrite plates can come in from the bus. That's not a problem. So 25 fluid assemblers. Fluid assemblers for explosives. I don't know why I need thermite sheets as well. Why do we need those? Oh, spaceship fuel canisters require thermite sheets. Oh, interesting. Okay, that's fine. 100 fluid assemblers for the hydraulic pistons. And then 58 chemical processors for the liquid fuel. Okay. And then the liquid fuel is 15 fluid assemblers for ignium fuel rods. 15. Right. The problem is, I think that 100. Oh no, you're almost a pipe. Actually, if I get it down to 1.94, I wouldn't have to worry about splitting this here. Be 1.97. I'm just thinking here, so because this is 0.94, so this is basically one pipe for itself. So we then get a pipe spare, so I need it to be 1.94. So 300 would bring it down to 1.92. That's going to be better. We'll do that. That is going to be, however, 46 columns, and it's still going to have to share. It's 1.92. The 0.94 on its own. Actually, that's one pipe in that loads into the column. That's one pipe. What am I doing? I'm looking at the belt thing. I'm looking at the wrong thing. So that's one pipe anyway. So that's going to need. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So 390. We'll go at 390. But on there you go. So we have one pipe that goes to there, which is 24 columns. So let me remove that line. And then was it on 15? Your rods. And then down here, boom. 100 fuel assembler for that. That's a dedicated pipe. So that is 24. 24 columns, so 100 fuel assemblers to hydraulic pistons. Okay, so that's a dedicated pipe. Okay, right, there we go. And that's one pipe. That's another pipe. Okay, so we can build this in 2 lots of 24. Right. The reason I'm laying it all out and doing the numbers is because I need to know the spacing of things, because I need to know how far back to start to come forward with things. So, like if we need 24 of so many machines and 100 of so many machines, there's no point in starting here then finding out we can put 9 in and run into stuff. So then I can figure out where the chips are going to land on the side here, because I don't think I'm going to land go that way. I think I'm going to land on this end and bring stuff in, and then they can grab water from here wherever they need it. So, or water from the end. And water from the end probably wouldn't hurt. We don't have any jetpack fuel. Let's go and get some more jetpack fuel. I just need to make these. I need to make these, don't I? Distillation columns there. Oof. I need to sort some space out in my inventory. Right. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. You. Oh yeah, it might still change, but at least it's given me, you know, kind of a. It's given me kind of a full sense of security. Have those. Get rid of the rocky desert. Let's get rid of the. Do you want to rid of the tropical rainforest? Sand. Yeah, a rough draft. A temporary solution, and as we know, there is nothing more permanent than a temporary solution. Right, okay, so I need to build 48 of these things. I need some electronic components. Oh no, where will I find electronic components? Maybe in one of these 3 boxes here, because that's the only thing we're making en masse. We need pipe. How much pipe do I need? 30 times 40, all the pipe. Give me all the pipe. Give me all your pipe. advanced machine parts are here. Give me loads of those. And then give me some steel. Duct tape and glue. Yeah, duct tape and glue. Oh, oh. Stop, cancel. More pipe. I don't want to convert the steel into pipes in my inventory. I want to use this here, so. Okay. Don't know how many that is we got now. 10? 20? 20, exactly. I want 24. I want to start with 24. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Okay. So this is just the distillation columns for making fuel. So it's going to come. So the oh god, the ship's going to land over there, dropping the barrels off. The barrels get unloaded, and then the empty barrels will get shipped back to the destination. Yep, the actual factory's turned off at the end because we don't have the fuel to run the power plant. So if I turn it all back on again, we end up tanking the power plant, and then when the power plant fails, it means we don't then have enough fuel rods to get the power plant going again. So I've had to basically stop producing bots for a minute till I rebuild this, which is why I want to build the fuel part of it kind of first. Was the idea. So that's one system. So this is the one I want to build. I want to build one that can do enough for the fluid assemblers. So yeah, 58 chemical processes for liquid fuel. Yeah, that's one thing. So we need, that's 24 columns for that. So you are 24 columns for that. Okay, so we have 24 columns. Yep. So I need to go up here, pick where our starting point is, which I'm not sure where it's going to be. Does it matter? How big are the columns? They are 5 by 5. Okay, and then we need 58 chemical processes. How big are the chemical processes? That's a casting machine. Let's get rid of that because I keep looking at it thinking it's a chemical processor. Make me a chemical processor. They are 7 by 5. And there's no point in putting one down here because there's no power over here. Go down. Nope. Okay, go down over here then. Oh. We're doing liquid fuel, which just requires only my in. That comes in on the front and out on the back. Okay. Okay, that's not so bad. That's not so bad, but we need 58 of those. I'm not going to do it in one big long line. I'm probably going to split it in two. So we'd have 12 columns running half of those. What's 58 divided by 2? 58 divided by 2, 29. Okay, so 29 times 7 is 203. Okay, and 12 times 5 is 60, so that's 263. So if we went here, which is basically minus 80. So minus 80. Minus 80, thank you. Minus 260 gives us 340. Let's go back over here. Right. Minus 340. So the minimum space you want to do start is here. This is the minimum distance. I was looking at starting where that was there. I don't know why. It just looked like a good starting point. Let's do that. Let's go back to that starting point there. So that's going to be about here somewhere. Let's find out what the exact peninsula here is. Oh, that's there. The peninsula's there. So 200 and 325 minus 375. That seems like a good number. It's a nice number. I like that number. Gives us plenty of space to do things in between. And this is where the factory starts. So before that, that's where the on the other side of that, so the ship's going to land here, and there's going to be a row of tanks, and then behind the tanks are going to be a row of oil unloaders. And we're going to have, I don't know if we're going to have multiple unloader points. I don't know what the throughput of a single ship is. Okay, so in that case, we then want to go with a big modular tank because we like those, and they are 25 by 25. So I'm going to add 30 onto this. So 375, 375, 30 goes to 405. There. Bloop. Oh, I've got 15. Okay. So, our modular tank's going to go in there somewhere. And then behind it will be our landing pads and the unloaders, which unload the these guys, the barrel things, these ones. So they're going to sit here. So there's going to be the spaceships come down and land there, unload into storage. Storage unloads into these guys. These guys will take the well, they won't take that. They'll take the barrels in, and then they would output the oil here, which will go into big tanks, and then they'll output the empty barrels to next door. So we'll have maybe a ship landing for each tank, and one tank is on a dedicated line. And a line is going to be 12 long. We need 48 columns. Yeah, 48 divided by 12, doesn't it? Yeah, 48 divided by 12 is 4. So we'd have 4 tanks. 4 tanks, 8 landing pads, 1 landing, 1 takeoff. Maybe we don't need, maybe we can share landing pads between them. So 2 landing pads, 1 takeoff pad, and the takeoff pad will take the empty canisters. So yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. Okay, so yes, all the foliage has to go. Fortunately, we have a quick way of doing that. We just them underneath them, and they collapse. With my completely legitimate and absolutely not modified hand thing, yeah. Something you got on mine because they're too small. Oh, you saw that, did you? Yeah. I mean, you was here for it, yes, yeah. Yeah, 1.5, yeah. It's weird, because it's only 1.5, yet it feels way faster than that. Like, way faster than that, so... I don't know, it just... If this truly is 1.5 times, then the actual speed of the mining laser would be, the normal speed of the mining laser would be fine. I wouldn't have to mod it, because it'd be a little bit slower than this, but not. It wouldn't take you a second to mine a block, which is what it feels like. So, okay. I don't know why it doesn't work on trees. Not a clue. There might be a setting in the mod that does work on foliage, but yeah. And I've just missed it. I just picked the mining one, so I may have missed it myself. Don't know. Okay, we're going to have to mine these ones as well, because we're going to go all the way over to that point there. Right, let's go and get some more flooring. Doop. You score ridiculous amounts, don't you? Doop. Right, there we go. Okay. 2,500 flooring. Let's make a modular tank. We have to figure out exactly where we want this to go. Okay, so we're going to have a distillation column, and then next to it there's going to be a chemical processor. They are 5 wide as well, so they line up beautifully anyway. So like that. Okay, cool. It all comes down and goes into whatever one of these. I need to rotate this around the correct way anyway. So it's going to come out of the tank, come down, and it's going to split between the two things. So the columns on this side and columns on that side. 12 there, 12 here. Okay. So in that case, let's do that. Get rid of that one there. And cats have given you for going on holiday? Ah, well, you think they've forgiven you, but no, really. They're just waiting till you load your guard. And then they'll reprogram your house robot to take over. Well, I can't do that because that's too far over, so we need to come in further. How about we do that instead? So if we were to put you there, okay, that gives enough space, I think, for our unloading blokies. You will then have a pipe which comes out here and goes that way. You'll have columns here, that there, that there. That's fine. Or how big the landing pads are. 31, aren't they? Which means they'll be bigger than that. Oop. Oop. Right, you do that. Okay. Let's make ourselves a pipeline to pipe. It can be the low voltage version. What I want to do is get some pipe as well. Now, do I want to put this on the floor? Actually, no, I don't. I probably don't. Hold on. Sacrifice the local ecosystem. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. They'll be all right. They don't mind. So, if I put you up there, you would pipe out above that, which is okay. I don't mind you piping out above that, but we can always come down each one and connect to it, or we could bring it down and come along to here. They won't revolt. We keep them in line. See? Yeah, I don't really want to run cables over here if I can help it. Don't want to run the HV cables up here. We'll make that low voltage, which does mean I need to raise the floor up underneath it because it requires a platform. I mean, it doesn't. It's not complaining. Let's run a line down here. No. No, 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 no. I just realised I should have run a line from one of these feet along. That would have made a bit more sense, but oh well, done now. Just a naturally running metal thing through the ground. Yeah. Okay, that gives us power so I can now look at things. So you're still moaning about the power. Okay, so do you need every last piece of your base done, or? Yes, you do. Okay. There you go. You have power there now. Awesome. Okay. Now we can still get to here to see this. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, you want to output the power. And then the pipes can come along like this. And then want to feed down to these guys. However, Dark Manual fuel cell run empty. Dark Manor? Oh no! Don't want to mess with Dark Manor. It's not. No. Where's the input? Where's the inputs? Oil is there. Output is there. Risk gas is there. That'll work. That'll work. We'll tap the oil in there and bring it in. And we'll do the waste gas out of this side. And then the next column's going to have to be there. There's going to be a 3 gap in between all of them. I am concerned I haven't made this big enough. Because I need to leave a 3 gap in between all of them because we need to have the really because they have certain inputs and outputs, and you can't modify them. So the oil comes in, so the oil can come from this and go into here. That's not a problem. It comes out the back and we'll run along. So we'll come out the back and we'll run parallel to this pipe here because we are one step above that. So we can do that, and we'll just run parallel with that pipe along. So that's not a problem. That still gives me space to walk underneath this, so no problem at all. But we need waste. Waste gas has to come out. So that's to come out and go down into the floor. And then the next one has to have a pipe go into it. We could move them. We could actually move them closer together. We could put them 2 apart. But what I'm also looking at is the ones over here. We're just going to sit here. So they'll connect like that, and then they'll have a crossing sensor, not like that. And then that'll go down that way, which is fine. That's not a problem. Okay. This will come out of here and plug into there. It will come out of here. So it will come over there and plug into that one. And it will come over there and plug into that one. Like that. That's not a problem either. And then this one, we put them 2, will come out of there and plug into that one. Then the waste will come out of here and go down underground, and then we'll do something underground with the waste pipe. We'll run it to some whatever, maybe here and here we'll have 2 waste towers, so they all come along and just connect to a waste tower on the end. But yeah, it's a shame I can't balance those, but if I balance those, this won't connect. And if I move this in by 1, I then can't get the waste out of it. So I can't turn them to have the low density oil might come out the back of them. So if I did that, the oil would go into this side, but for this one, the oil will go into this side. Yeah, either way, it's going to be a pain. It's not going to be beautiful. Well, the piping is not going to be beautiful, I should say. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12. We are already here. Okay. I can put the chemical processors right next to each other. Fortunately, they can sit there because they don't have any outputs on the side, whereas the chemical processor, what is this one? Yeah, the chemical processors can sit. There'd have to be at least a 2 gap between it, though. They can sit like this. Be low density. No, not low density. You're doing liquid fuel, aren't you, for this one here? Yep. Was it 12 liquid fuel? Hold on. Was it 12 liquid fuel? Well, that says 56, not 58. Anyway, so I got that wrong. It's 56. It's half a... Am I missing something? I feel like I'm missing something here. Something's not right. Something's not right. And I think I know what it is. I think I know what it is and what I want to do, but do I have the space to do that? I want to put another big tank in here, which collects the low density olimite from this 2 rows here. So we have those there. We'll then do another tank next door and do that, and I can connect the tanks together by themselves. So all the oil can be connected together, all the low density can be connected together, and then the other stuff we need to do are other things over there. So, and then the low density can come out, so it doesn't matter if I don't have enough going on there. But we need 56 of these guys. 56 divided by 2 is 28. And 28 times 7 is 196. Knucklehead, hello. You're very welcome. I'm very sorry I didn't stick around for very long after I raided. However, I had to go off and do a YouTube video because I was lazy and didn't actually get it done on time. So I sort of just raided Setlo and left. So sorry about that. So we're at 276. We want to take away 196. 276, take away 196 leaves us with 80. Uh-oh. Nope, that puts us here. That puts us here, and that's not with a tank involved. I put a tank in, that's going to be another 25, which puts us down 10, 25 to here, which actually isn't so bad. We can go underneath here, can't we? We can absolutely go underneath these. That's not terrible, but then I'd like a modular tank on the end for the fuel, at the very least. We'll get rid of that for the moment. Hold on. Get rid of that. Yeah, you're one whole pipe. Okay. Yeah, so if we went underneath here, that wouldn't work for us. So I'd have to move these up by 25. So I want a tank in there, then have a 25 gaps, there's a tank in there, and then have how many columns does this want? This one's 24. This is also doing explosives. Giant soup bowl. I see. That's a the spot of contemplation. Definitely contemplating things. What if... but hello, Notted. I hope you're having a good day. What if I break this down even further? Rather than doing 12 and 24, which is a whole pipe, what if we split it in two? So we do 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we would get rid of that. We can then put a tank there. Okay. And then instead of doing 2, we can do 4, which will give us more oil storage, more oil and white storage. Split those down so they don't go up as far there. So the fuel tanks aren't as close to the main factory. So so it'll stop like here somewhere. So there's a gap between this and the factory, which is fine, which is absolutely fine, because yeah, this here is enough to run this. So we can just put the fuel straight into that, along straight into that. That's not a problem. It also wants to go up and back along the system a little bit because it needs to also go to doing spaceship fuel canisters. I really wish there was a way, there might be a way with logic actually, to make sure the fuel canister thing gets the lowest amount. It's the best way to explain that. Like, we don't turn on the making spaceship fuel until we know the liquid fuel, which I might put a little tank down next to those, put a little tank down and have that read by logic, and then have the logic go, if this tank is empty or is not full, turn off the spaceship fuel because we need to direct it to here for us. Okay, I like that plan. I like that plan. That plan seems like a good plan. Yes, let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. So, see, this is why I'm very glad I started measuring. You know, measure twice, cut once, rather than just you know, get on with it and hope for the best. Okay, so you're going to be an Obi-Wan line. We don't have enough pipes for that. Okay, that's fine. So you're going to want to come to this. All right, let's make this a T. That one. That. So the Obi-Wan line will come along, the low density will come along in the center here. And then we'll have to go up one to connect to a tank that will be here, which I can make. And then I need to make a pipe to pipeline. And you how many tiles away is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can't even put it down, really. Boop. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There. Which means we can put in the pump to pipeline, low voltage version there. Look at that. Look at that. And that can come down and connect to that one. Beautiful. And then this can have exactly the same thing on it. I'll do that with it. I might make it outside like that, so it's a bit wide. So when you walk in here, it's a bit easier to. Ah, I can see. Right. Welcome back. Okay. And I am not going to fill these up all the way. Okay. We're not going to fill these up all the way. We're going to go there. We can technically do that many and go up to 600,000, but I don't want that. I want to go to 500,000 because 500,000 is a nice number. And then we're going to have 4 of these, so we'll have 2 million oil stored, 2 million whatever else. We'll have more oil as well because there'll be more going on there. So that's what I'm going to do. Boom. There you go. At least these make a bit of sense. The bottom tank, it looks like it should have twice the amount of fluid as the rest of them. So like this is 100,000, each one's 100,000. But it makes sense because in the bottom here you've got all the piping system and the pumps and everything else going on. So yeah, okay. Spaceships. Spaceships. I call upon the ships of the space. Oh yeah, you take off, pick up, and then come over here and yeah. Okay. Oh, we need to go this way anyway because I need more pipes. There they are. There they are. The ships of the space. Takes us into yeah. Yeah, so that makes sense. It makes sense. It's not like the hot air blowers, which don't really make any sense, because the bottom part of the hot air thing is more than each floor, but each floor is an equal space, and the bottom one's supposed to have all the fans and stuff in it. So it doesn't make any sense that each floor adds 50% to it. It doesn't. Yeah, I think each floor adds 50% to the already bottom number, which is weird. It's weird. It should have a flat number, not a percentage. It's strange how that works, but more floor. But it's gameplay balance. It's gameplay balance. It's not real life balance. Real life balance doesn't work in games. I'm gonna unlimit you because I really need to do things. Also, why are you not green? Be green. Green is better. Okay. No. Down to here. Okay, and then it needs to go. Nope. Oh, hold on. That's fine though. Like that. Okay, and your waste, so you're going to be liquid, so yeah, okay. Right, so then we do this in every intersection. Oop. Just copy that one, it's easier. Right, also, rotate it around. I think I prefer them looking so the pipe goes straight through. I know they're across, but to me that indicates the pipe, that's the main pipe, and these are the connection ones. So that's wrong. That's wrong anyway, because this wants to be a T-junction, doesn't it? So grab that, make it a T-junction. Like that. There you go. It doesn't matter that they're not actually. It functions the same way visually. It just, I feel like that's the main pipe coming through, and it looks more like that's the main pipe, and these are the connections to it. All in my head, I know. But yeah, nope. So you go to there, you go to there. Yeah, more streamlined. It looks, yeah. I'm trying to justify it to myself as much as you lot as well, so. Okay, so we want to have down, 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 deeper and down, 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 deeper and down. Okay. And then copy that one. Choose the up. I know. It's just that I sometimes I see other people doing things as well. Like I watch other streamers, they'll be like, why are you doing that? It makes no difference. It actually makes no difference to the game whatsoever what you're doing. But it looks better in your head. So I get it. I understand it. You know. Like this. Like this. That could have been on the floor, for instance. This doesn't need to be here. I'm going to change this up anyway as well because I feel like it looks better if the legs are on the outside of it. I wish there was more aesthetic blocks that could transfer power. That would be nice, but you know, I think that looks better. But not only that looks better, it is functional because it gives us a bigger space to see in here now. So, yeah. Okay, so remove these. Whoa. Okay, no, use the standard remove tool. Okay, so T-junction. No. T-junction. T, there. Boom. Boom. I do need bigger spaces to move through because, you know, this robot doesn't know how to crouch, which really causes problems in places. But oh no, they didn't give him knees. They didn't give him knees. He's kneeless. Kneeless. Poor fella. Poor fella. Right, I need a flare stack now. How much do you produce? 375 times 12, right? 375 times 12, 4,500. Liquid gas rate of 3,000. Okay, so that's too much for you. Right, so we are going to need 2 of them. Okay, that's fine. I built this designed for 2. I would, if the robot was 1.8 meters tall, if he was 6 foot, 1.8 meters, it would help. It would help. And for those who don't know, the reason I complain about that is because of this. Okay, you put 2 belts on top of each other. You cannot walk through that gap. You are too tall. Look, you're stuck. You cannot walk through that gap. It won't let you through there. And there's no crouch. So I can't crouch through that gap. Yep, stuck. Absolutely stuck. Yep. So if he was 1.8 meters tall, he would fit through there. And it would make sense. And it would make the game, in my opinion, a bit more... you should be able to fit through that gap. The other thing as well is let me put down. Let me talk to him. So you dig out a 2 tunnel, two tunnel here like this. Then dig out a 2 tunnel. If you put a belt in that tunnel, you then cannot walk down the tunnel. You are stuck. You cannot make it down that tunnel at all, which is annoying. So you have to make them 3 high just because the belt's in there. So yeah, I really do kind of wish that was like that. That's the wrong dirt. That's the wrong dirt. Where are we? What are we doing here? We're doing grassland. There you go. Put on. That's the one that gets me the most. You dig out, especially. I mean, I know I've got the mod which makes things faster now and that. But if you use the drill, oh look, I have the drill. If you use the drill, you can only drill up so far in top of you. So you have to drill the hole and then come back in, drilling above you, so you can put a belt in to climb in there. It's like, come on, let us fit in that. Let us fit in that. Come on. But hey ho, it does not. So. It does not, and we must forever live in shame because we do not know how to crouch. Yeah, I think in Minecraft Steve is 2 meters tall, but you can crouch. You can't fit into a 2 meter block, to 1 meter block when you crouch, because you shrink down from 2 meters to 1.5 meters tall. So you can't fit inside there, but you can fit inside spaces. So you put it in there and then put a slab above, which is the same as a belt. So the belt's basically a slab height. You can then crouch and go into that gap. So it's yeah, it's one of those. I really feel. I know I moaned about the power cables, like bits and pieces of that. That's a personal thing, but the bot height I really feel would be a definite quality of life feature if they made him either 1.5 meters or just made him be able to crouch. That's not in the right place. That would be nice. Just being able to crouch would be nice. Go down the hole. So that'll do that. Need to tell Urkel that lawn care doesn't work properly. I can copy dirt. I can copy grass. It can't copy dirt. It says invalid. Strangely. Right. Okay. The only thing is that I don't actually want to have that be that deep. I don't want it to be 1 deep, but I need to make it 2 deep because obviously I can't do it. But even if it's playing Minecraft, I wouldn't be able to fit in there, so. No. Actually, it does matter. This one does matter because I'm looking for above, so I want to make sure the pipes are at the correct height. So, boop. So what I want to do is run a pipe. Can I rotate that pipe so I can see? Turn on my run again. There, then you go up to there, and then we remove all of those. I put the T-junctions in first. Could have put the T-junction in first, but I didn't. Okay, so you are going to be up. Red background part. Oh yeah, it's yeah, demolition mode. There's also a blue one. So T-junction, T-junction. And I'll put a T-junction on this one as well. There is this one. I don't think I'll ever need to expand it out that direction, but I'd rather not bother having to faff about with another different pipe type. Basically, this one doesn't need to be a T-junction because it's only going to come back up. So, oop. Okay. Yeah, I left all the explosives in a box somewhere. We did use a lot of them. We did use a lot of explosives. And the orbital laser. The orbital laser is fun, but not controlled enough. You're absolutely right. I did think that. I did actually think as I was doing it. I said, why don't I just clear out underneath this by 2 layers, just like build a corridor, but I then didn't. So yeah, we'll do that on the next one. I think on the next one I will probably clear out like a run in between the two. Okay, the tanks are built. Beautiful, beautiful. Everything is connected and plugged in. All we need to do is bring down some oil, some Earl. Good old-fashioned Earl. And what I want to do is I want to have... So that's one segment. Then we'll have another one here, and there, and there, and there. So on and so forth, which I think. And we'll connect all the oil tanks together along. So this one will connect to that one, that one, that one. So they'll all be a shared oil tank. And the low-density oil might will be shared. And then the gas will be shared with itself. And then, yeah, whatever's needed down there will all just connect, you know, it'll all share with each other. So, because the low density is required for the hydraulics, yes, low density is needed for that. So, okay, so now we need to figure something out here. What spacing do I want in between the tanks? I'm thinking, at the very least, I would like a T-junction. At the very least, I'd like a T-junction between the two. Which is 3. So I'll probably want to do 5. And the reason I want a T-junction is because I'm thinking, which I know is a dangerous thing, but I do it from time to time, that we go... pumped pipeline and put in you like that. You can actually fit there, which is interesting, and I can still climb that. That's interesting. And that's where we feed the tanks. So we'd have all the oil unloaders here, feed the tanks in the center rather than the end. Although, in the end, probably wouldn't be a terrible thing anyway. I could literally butt the tanks up against each other, couldn't I? That wouldn't be a major problem, but... maybe a 3 gap is probably... like 3 gap minimum is probably the best way of doing it. Also, actually... let me do this. Doop. Begone rock. Boom. What I want to do is get one of these. So I need steel and concrete. I want more than one. I want 3. That would be 300 steel. And more concrete's here. And 300 concrete, that's 400 concrete, that's fine. Make 1 because I need electronic components and emergency beacons, which require xenoferrite plates, which fortunately we do actually have. Hurrah! I don't have a buff of xenoferrite plates. You really should sort that one out, but we'll do that later. They're not actually using all that from many places, so meow. Oop. So what I'm thinking here is, I don't know exactly where I want to put the lander, but let's do that. That's the middle if I had a 3 gap. Should I go 3 or 5? 3 or 5 gap. What do you reckon we should do? So I'm thinking of putting one ship in the center, which takes the empty barrels and then ships them off somewhere. Although the empty barrel one could be a small ship, doesn't need to be the big massive one. Could be the smaller ship, which is awkward because the smaller ship is actually 10. At least this is an odd number. Why is the smaller ship 10? Why isn't it an odd number? And then the large landing pads either side drop the oil off, and then that picks up the empties, and we'll take the empties out to wherever we have other oil patches. So we'll take the empties out to here, dump some empties off for them to be filled, and then the big ship brings in there. So yeah. But then I don't know if that's a good deal or not, because you've used 30 a minute, so I don't know whether actually no. I should probably just stick to the big ones delivering everything around, shouldn't I? Get more planetary express ships. So you be gone, tree. Yeah, if we're going to dump off a heavy load, there's no point in taking a small load back. I don't know what I was really thinking about that there, but might as well. Right, okay. So you're going to unload into these, which means we need a pipe to pipeline connector, which we have. But if I actually do put that there, do that. I need to find out how much one drops. Well, how much do we need? How much oil do we need? That's what I need to figure out. I need to figure out how much oil we need, and then divide it by however many we're going to have here. So we need 36,000 oil, and you do 7,500. 36,000 divided by 7,500 is wow, I only need 4.8 of those. Okay. Right, and we're going to have, so that's 6, 12, 18, 24. It's going to be 4 of them. It's kind of awkward. If I have 2 each one, that would be over the top. But can one ship deliver 60 a minute? Can one ship deliver 30 times 5. Can one ship deliver 150 a minute? Because I have one ship here unloading, feeding into however many, and then a ship here loading, and we could just feed from this end and feed enough. If one ship could do it, I don't know if one ship can do it. There is only one way to find out. So what if I lined you up with the center of it, lined you up with that there? I want to unload into yeah, there wants to be a buffer. There definitely wants to be a buffer, and then these guys need to unload into there. So you are going to be, it doesn't matter which way you face. It really doesn't matter which way you face. need to do 2 minimum because they need an input on the front, an input on the back. Actually, that should probably go over there. Which way do these... So the outputs are on the right. So if I put it there, okay, the outputs are on the right. So we output there to here, to a box here. Feed all these guys over here. Unload them. Right, okay. So how about we do this then? Let's see, you already kind of poke off the end anyway because you are bigger than the storage container. Yeah, you are one bigger. You're 26, 27. So I need 5 of these, don't I? One. They can't daisy chain as well, which is kind of annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't have any more of them. Put these down. They're the same size. 2, 3. Just for spacing wise, did that. All your pipes would come along, and then plug into there. That's not a problem. You would empty. $30 a minute is not a lot. It's not a lot. I will put the biggest storage we got into it though, because it'd be rude not to, even though the biggest storage is very awkward because it's a 4x4. That wants to live about there somewhere. It wants to live there, doesn't it? Oh, why game? Why do loads of stuff 3x3 and then do some things that have 4 outputs? Why? Also, let me configure the inputs and outputs on this guy. It would be so much easier. There. Do that, because then you can come down here like this, then you can come along here like this, that I think is the right gap. It's nowhere near the right gap. It's there. if I grab you and put you on that one, you should have a 1 gap in between you and the guy next to you. Like that. Bump. This wood will get flooring underneath it, don't worry. Just to kind of fill in stuff in its go. I was hoping I could output into there by having another one of you and sit there, which I kind of can. We'll do that. You input into that, so you output yourself and input into here, and that loads into there, and that goes away. Not that I need a buffer for that, because this can hold ridiculous amounts anyway. These can hold 5,000 items? No. Yeah, 5,000 items. These are 5,000 items. So yeah, so I probably don't need that buffer there. The output, if I empty that halfway every time. And I think I'll do the same when I bring the oil down. We'll set it to half so that it constantly is filling. This is going to be a buffer as well for us in case something happens, but I would want a buffer there. Although that being said, I don't know how many barrels stack to. I don't know how many barrels stack up to. If they only stack up to like 10 or something, it's not worth having this storage here. We might as well just leave this as the main storage, which would simplify some things. However, what I need to do is contact the space station. Yeah, I mean the buffer wouldn't slow it down anyway, because it would feed directly from the buffer into the into the pad, the pad. But it's also brain words yeah, it wouldn't slow it down because it would feed directly from the buffer into there. It's just that if the pad was full and the ships weren't taking the canisters for whatever reason, then obviously the oil doesn't unload. But I don't really know if we're ever going to come across that, because we've also got storage up here of 6,000 barrels we can store up here in the station anyway, and then take it from the pad to the station, and then from the station to wherever it needs to go to. So having the buffer there won't hurt, but I just don't know how many these stack to. So yeah, what I want to look at though is how much oil have we got? We've got 2,800. Not a lot. Not a lot. Also concerned don't know how much oil, but yeah, because unfortunately, Galactic Market Run, the biggest ship that we have can only deliver 50 barrels. It can only pick up 50 barrels at a time. It is set to buy 1,000. It can only buy 50. So I think the biggest ship can only transport 50 barrels, which means if that's the case, and it takes about a minute for a ship to land, go and take off, one pad can only deal with one oil barreler, I think. Let's find out. Let's find out. Give me my phone so I can get a timer going on here. Hold on. Oh, no. Right. Make enough profit and just let the station buy fuel. Yeah, fuel's fine, but I'm talking about getting Olimite down from the station to where we're going to. This is why I'm not sure whether doing this via the station, whether using these pads to go up to the station and come down again, is better or worse than using the fluid movers. But I'm not sure. But anyway, what I want to do is unlock this, go to my timer stopwatch, okay, because what we want to do is we want to time, do a transfer from the station to the factory, barreled Olimite, only use the big ships, and bring 25. You should bring 25 in a go. So if I go confirm, see how long it takes to deliver. You should bring 50 in one go. Oh yeah, from over there. Yeah, that's the thing. But I'm thinking about setting up something for the long term. Oh dear, look at that! Look at that! Look at that going up so slowly. So it's going to be a full ship, which is 50 barrels. These barrels must be massive. If that ship can only hold 50 barrels, they must be ginormous barrels. So the ones that you're going to see on the belts are not properly representative. Right, and then I want you to go until you disappear, and then I will pause the timer. Wait till you disappear from the sky. Now, so that was just the same as all the other ones. It's about 1 minute 15 seconds for a full load. It depends on the height you're at, because that's how long it takes to come down and go up again. But it's about 1 minute. So that means 1 minute 15 is 75 seconds. 75 seconds makes sense because 75 seconds is an in-game hour. So it figures out that it takes 1 hour for a ship to come down, land, and take off again. So in that case, we want to go 50 divided by 75, then times 60. We're getting 40 barrels a minute. That one pad is doing 40 barrels a minute. This one alone wants 30 a minute. So it's basically one pad to one of these. And we need 5 of these. Which means we can only ship 50 barrels, 50 empty barrels away as well. I mean, it's doable. Technically, it's doable. It's not nice. It's not nice. If that contains 50 barrels, there's like 21, or there's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. There's probably some in the bottom as well. So there's 21 there. So each one of those has got 2 barrels in, basically. Wow, they're big barrels. They are big barrels. They are not a standard barrel of oil. They are massive barrels, but I bet they'll be about that tall on a belt. You know. Is that 5? That is 5 for the entire thing we need. For one pipe, 36,000. You need 5 unbarrelers. So I need 5 landing pads, 5 unbarrelers, and we're gonna have, I think, 4 tanks, but we could have 5 tanks. And then we need another 5 because we need another pipe as well for the next one. So yeah, so 5 drop pads, 5 unbarrelers. The other thing as well, I mean, we can get oil here and here and here and here. There's plenty of oil around. You know, oil is not difficult to find. And I was tempted to just literally pipe it in, to just build a giant pipeline and pipe it in. So we wouldn't even have to worry about yeah, fighting via cargo ships we could do as well. The problem is I don't know whether that one's visible. This is the thing. This thing. We need 72,000 olumite a minute. What's that? This contains 11,144,396 divided by 72,000. This current reservoir that we're looking at right now would last 154 minutes. 2.5 hours of real life time, and then it's dry. That's why I was looking at doing it via the station, because we can buy into the station. However, 72,000 divided by 7,500. No, each barrel contains. Did it tell you how much a barrel contains? 250 liters in a barrel. Okay, it's standard. It's a standard barrel size. That makes no sense. How can a? Okay, yeah, they've definitely gimped the barrel thing there. 50 barrels. There are lorries on the roads carrying more than 50 barrels of oil. There are container ships in the ocean sailing around there with thousands of barrels on them. So they've definitely given that for a reason. But yeah, we need 288 barrels a minute. That's 5.76 cargo pads coming down. Okay. Buying oil off the market, off the galactic market. Wrong one. That one there. Takes 8 minutes to get 50 barrels. So 5.76 times 8 means we would need 46 big heavy ships buying oil from the galactic market. Doing this here. 46 ships buying oil from the market to keep up with demand. $46 ships. That is, I mean, it's doable because we can infinitely upgrade the hangar, so we don't have to worry about like not having the ships in there. We can infinitely upgrade the hangar and buy them, but they cost 150,000. 150,000. That's 7 million. We've got to invest 7 million into ships, which I can do right now. I have the money for that. That's not a problem. Don't have the infrastructure on the station to do that, but I do have the money for that. So yeah, it is excessive. It is very excessive. But if we had 6 pads doing it, and we then went and if we had 6 pads, 6 landing pads here, which is a lot of space, I know, but we have 6 landing pads. Sorry, we have 12 landing pads. So we have 6 landing and 6 taking the barrels away. And then around each Olimite reservoir, we have 2 landing pads. One that brings in empty canisters, and then one that takes the oil. If we can just tap into 6 nodes with 1 barrel on each one, we'll be getting enough in to run it. And it will start filling the station up. And it will fill the station up a lot quicker from the planet than it will from the galactic market. The galactic market, we can leave just 1 ship doing it, so it constantly top stuff up. But if I'm going to do that, then why don't I just ship in the oil via the cargo ships, or just build a giant pipeline? Just literally build, like, from the edge of this tank here, just build a giant pipeline all the way along here and just connect each and every one of these to it. And then the pipeline can also have power running along it. Yes, it's going to mess up the power thing, but there's nothing we can do about that. And have the pipeline go along and just have a giant pipeline come along here. And doing it there. So yeah, and then every so often we'd have to put pumps in, which would be fine. Cargo pad on each node is fine. It's power as well that's required. I'd have to run power out to them anyway, and if I'm going to run power out to them, then I might as well just pump it in via a pipe. That one's under the water. We'd have to pipe that one in, like to the end of it, whatever it is. So, because that's the 3 options. I've got the pipe, I've got the shipping it in via the cargo pads, or shipping it in via the station. Shipping it in via the station is technically quicker, but requires more infrastructure, because the ships can instant leave here and instant appear here. I could use solar on each node. I could use solar on each one there. What is a pump? How much is a pump? Where's a pump? Pump. Where is a pump? Can never see the pumps. Blind, absolutely blind. They're there because I always think they're ones here. 1,800 litres a minute. We need 40 pump jacks in the world. Always running. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's only 10 on each one of those. 5 becomes even less. There's one down there as well. We've got that one as well, but that one's doing stuff at the moment. There's one here, although that's underground. But that doesn't matter because we can use the mining laser to just mine out. I also do kind of like the idea of doing a giant. So yeah, so solar, we could do solar on it. We could just solar on it and just ignore the fact that the sun's, you know, every day. I don't know how this stuff works. I really do not know how this stuff works. It's magic or some form of magic. Yeah, there's a battery system, so you can do it. We just don't actually have night times. Where are you? 135, which is there. There you are. That's that one there. That's weird. There are desert rocks in the middle of the mountain. Ah. You're a really horrible one. Can I even mine that one? Ooh, that is horrible. Okay, and there's one more that way. This one is at a height 111. So yeah, go. More to the left after last one too. There's loads out there. Do. Okay, so this one's only got 5 million in it. And that's only going to last about an hour. If we were just pumping from that one. Obviously they last a lot longer if we pump from multiple ones, but yeah, stuff, see, things like this, I've got to get stuff down into it and yeah. Then again, I'm saying I could run a pipeline to run a power line by next door to it, but knowing how the hitboxes and power lines works, that's going to be a just absolute pain to do. There's more up there. There's one down there as well. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. There's one here. There's one down there. If we were to tap into all those and have them shipped with cargo pads, and the cargo pads land here, because I can have one destination with multiple shipping pads. That might be the way to go about this. Which is a shame. I can't. Yeah, I kind of wanted to do it via the station if possible, but I guess it's just not possible to do. No, what's happened here? Why are you still running? You should not have done that. You should not have done that. You should have stopped. What broke with the logic? What broke with the logic? I tell you what, I know what broke with the logic. I removed and replaced this, didn't I? Don't. Xenoferrite ore is less than a constant number of 2,000. I think that's what we did for you, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Yeah. That's okay though. You're Tekken, that's why you're not going there. You are... storage. Oh yeah, no, you're full. That's right, you're full. Right, so there's another Olumite way down here in the water. There, isn't it? Yep. Okay, I'm not sure if pump jacks can work underwater. I think they can. I think every building can. Okay. Okay. So this isn't gonna work. So oh dear. Right. If I replace you with cargo pads or the ship pads, that would work just fine. I am going to stop that one. You finish your one there. Don't buy any more oil. Let's find out what barrels they stack to. They stack to 50. Okay, so this could hold loads of barrels. But you're going to come down there. And I'm going to then shut you down. Yep, and if I shut you down, you will still empty your first one, and then when you leave, you should go away and not come back. Yeah, awesome. Right, okay. So let's get rid of these two containers, these two pads here. Yeah. Shipping to and from the station. The drawback to it is that you need barreling at you need barreling at the place where you're doing it, so we'd have to barrel it all and do that there. But we'd still have to do stuff anyway because we need infrastructure for running a platform, and we need high voltage power over there anyway, which I suppose, yeah, we can get from solar. We'll just do solar over there, and kind of defeats everything, but unfortunately we are limited by an actual game mechanic. So yeah, I'm sure I got a cargo. So I want a destination pad down here. And then I'm going to go out to every oil I can possibly find and have them go. The problem is knowing when something's run out of oil. Oh, target shuttle target pad. So yeah, so it's knowing when a reservoir in distance has run out of oil. We'll put that there. There. There you go, okay. Then you want to export and do here. You do not have enough foundation. I do not have enough foundation on me. Put a pump coming out of the cargo dock. Why? I have a pump. We have a pump here. This is a pump. Why do I need a pump coming out of the cargo dock? Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. What? Oh, drop. Boop. Okay, I didn't pick up the other pad, did I? No, I did not. Typical. What I might do is over here put in one of those pads that's bringing down and have it just empty the barrel of oil that we got in the station, because we have brought loads of it, so I might as well use it. Yeah, speed up even faster. Do they not output at the speed of pipe, which is 3,600? So I'm going to need two of these. I'm going to need two of these. This standard cargo shuttles don't want that. I want a liquid one. Steel. Okay. Okay, well, we'll have a look at it and see what it does. Always add a pump in later. Low voltage pump. Can we? Okay. Oh, I should have got some flooring as well. Idiot. Oh, my eyes are itching. Oh. The huge catcher is a pump as well. It says pipeline to pipeline pump. So my guess is that it's a pump and it will help things up, but oh dear. Okay. I want another one of these here. Yeah, so a pump should go under there anyway. Sorry, yeah, pump will fit under there anyway. So if we need to, we can always put a pump in under here anyway. So, but I want a second one because we need oh dear, we need 2 pipes full going. So we need to be doing these here. This is not going to be running 100% of the time, all the time, because we simply can't sell that many blocks anyway. But also there's going to be some parts of it, like the fuel for running that. I'm overbuilding it slightly, so yeah. Okay, so with that being said, we can get ourselves another. Oh, I've got enough plus for another modular tank. That's okay. Let's get ourselves a pipe to pipeline pump. Oh, where'd you go? There. All right, unfortunately it's no loose. I'm yawning, my eyes are itching. And then that's where the next tank goes, and then the 2 tanks will connect to each other, and yeah. The problem is I can't name them both oil drop, because if I do, they go to the nearest pad, don't they? So all of these will go to this pad here, and then you will go to that pad there. Although they will go to the next pad if one is occupied. So I can name them both the same, because they are both in the same place anyway. Okay, there you go. Right, so let's leave this one here because my eyes are actually killing me. So yeah, it's going to be an early one. I'm sorry. We'll do some more. We'll do some more later. We'll do some more later when my eyes don't. I don't think it is hay fever. I think I am out in the world getting hay fever. The tablets are working during the day and then they wear off. and that's the problem. They wear off. So yeah, and I'm like, ugh. So yeah. Okay. Yep. Sorry, a bit of a bright end there, but I cannot continue. So we're gonna leave this here. We will carry on in the next one, and yeah, that's gonna be the best way to do it. Who can I send you over to today? Oh yes, of course. I was like, I got green, right? Oh yeah. I'm going to send you over to Beefish on Twitch. She is.
Where's the kaboom? There was
the fantastic. Where is the kaboom? I don't know where the kaboom is. The kaboom is somewhere. But Beefish is my model artist, the wonderful one who did the model, who made me the hedgehog that I am today. So I'm going to send you over to her, which will be awesome. And she does not multi-stream, so on the tube of you, where can I send you on the tube of you? Who do we reckon's up and awake and going and doing the things here? Doki Jelly's doing stuff. I think we'll send you over to Dragon. He's playing more Dune, so yeah. Okie dokie. So yes, thank you very much for watching, everybody. Let me save stream 2028. There we go, but the problem is there's no point in me taking more of the tablets because they take like 20 minutes, half an hour to work. So I need to remember to do it before I start streaming. That's what I need to do. So yeah. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed this one, and I do hope to see you again in the next one. Back tomorrow, more Foundry. We'll carry on doing this here, so I will finally know what I'm doing. So yeah. I'll make a decision. But until then, as always, have fun.